Happy New Year.
2021. Did you think this time last year, who would ever have thought what we'd have been through in the last 12 months, 10 months?
Imaginable.
So let's go to Christmas. So guys, what happened at Christmas? Harriet, what happened to you?
Well, I ate and I ate and I ate and I ate.
I know.
And I drank lots of Baileys. That's kind of it. I watched a lot of comedy and ate. I don't know if you got that at all, but I ate quite a lot. But
yep, we got that. Ditto,
I can't stop.
darling.
Well, I'm stopping today because it's Monday. It's a new year. How did everyone else do?
The same, and carrying on. Actually, I know that we're not supposed to in January, but you know what? Why not? With lockdown.
Is anybody doing dry January?
No, I think everyone's doing wet January this year.
Yeah.
Soaking. They're doing soaking January.
Yes.
Is anyone kind of bubbled out? I'm a little over my bubble. I don't know about anyone else.
Something really weird happened to me actually to do with bubbles is that I was packing to go, and you know Boris had said the bubbles still stand even in tier 4. So if you're on your own, you can bubble with another household. Of course, that was my daughter and my grandkids. So I was packing to go, and a neighbour popped by, and she said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I'm going to stay with my daughter." And she went, "You can't do that. You know, we're in tier 4. And I said, "No, I can." She burst into tears, started saying to me, "No, you can't do that. You know, it's not allowed. It's not." Well, I panicked thinking maybe I've got it all wrong. So I texted my daughter, who immediately sent me the government guidelines. And actually I texted you, Debbie, didn't I? And you sent me the same. So I sent it to her and she apologized profusely and said, you know, I got it all wrong. But it's if you're on your own, you can bubble with other households. But people are really confused, aren't they? I have been confused.
I've been having very weird dreams.
Ooh,
and the last one, in fact, I wrote it down, and it was about, it's called Sheep in Danger.
God.
So all my dreams, I blame completely and utterly Bob Barrett for this.
Okay.
I'm going to have a little word with him, because vegan and vegetarianism has obviously got into my psyche. Now, the first one was about sheep, and they were all in danger, and they all came to me at this gate, and they were all speaking, and they were saying, "We're going to be killed." This is in my dream. And I'm going, oh my God. And I got into a terrible state, started to cry, and it woke me up. So then the next one were little piglets. And actually I'd seen this terrible shot of these little piglets, and all these piglets were running around my feet and all over my legs and going, help me. I don't go to sleep. I don't know who's coming next. So I've got to write a book about saving these creatures. And it's all to do with Bob Barrett, because he was standing somewhere going, go Sherry, go Sherry. I thought, oh my God, I'm so exhausted. I don't go to sleep anymore.
I was going to tell you what I read in the paper, the Mail this morning, which was a Japanese scientist who said, actually, dry January is ridiculous. You don't need to give up drinking. You just need to not drink for 2 days a week, and that will have exactly the same.
Oh, good.
Yeah, thank you for that.
And another thing, I blame Harriet for this, is that
what a surprise.
She's got me onto bloody Baileys. So I've never bought Baileys for about 55 years, and I saw it the other day and I thought, oh, Baileys, I'll buy some, but now I'm completely hooked on Baileys.
I think Baileys is a bit too sickly for me, but Kahlua and cream.
Oh, I like it. But have you ever had 43?
What's that?
Excuse me, what's that?
It's a Spanish liqueur. My mother always used to drink it because she always was in Spain, practically lived in Spain. So 43 is an orange liqueur, Spanish liqueur. So when I went out to Benidorm my first week, I was with Darren, and I was with Jake and Tony and Steve Pemberton, and we got very, very drunk. And this is awful. This is British tourists at their worst, right? We were very drunk, and I was going, Garçon. Darren said, stop saying that. I'm going, No, I'm just being Spanish. Anyway, this poor boy, beautiful boy, he said, yes. I said, have you got any 47? He said, sorry, what do you mean? Have you got 47? So don't, she wants 47. It went on. It was the most embarrassing British tourist holiday maker. I think 47. Let me come and look. He went, no, you stay there. Please stay there and go look. Kevin said, no, we do not have 47. Do you mean 43? And I went, oh, yeah. And then fell off my chair and had to be taken home. Anyway, regardless of that, it's a fabulous liqueur. If ever you, I don't know if you'll see it in this country, it's called 43.
I'm going to Google it.
I had a very similar experience with Gillian Tailforth many years ago when we were in Tenerife together. And we were again, you know, we had the kids there. We had also had our partners, we had the kids and everything else. We were lying by the pool and they brought some sangria and she went, oi, mate, it's just hasn't got enough alcohol in this. I can't taste it. Can we put some more in? So we're sitting there. And the next thing I remember is I woke up and it's dark and she is beside me. There is nobody at the pool, no kids, no partners, nothing. And I thought, God, obviously, the next lot of sangria was obviously completely full of alcohol. And Jill looked at me and she went, start spreading the news.
Oh, God.
Fabulous.
Tourists.
Do you remember eggnog?
Of course.
We always had that at Christmas. And
do you?
We always used to when I was a kid, you know, growing up. And I remember I used to go around sipping my parents' eggnog when I wasn't allowed to. And then when I came of age, which was probably about 14 for me, you know, we used to have eggnog at Christmas. But port and brandy was my mother's favourite.
Me too.
Port.
That's my drink.
Yes. And you know, I got so drunk on port and brandy because it's lethal, isn't it, Sherry?
Lethal.
Absolutely lethal.
But Dee, it's the best thing for a bad stomach.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
That's very
A little birdie has told me quite a few times that Harriet Thorpe has never got drunk.
That's what I was about to tell you.
No.
Is that I've never. No, seriously.
What?
Because I'd rather eat a tub of Haagen-Dazs. I'm a sugar addict, not an alcohol desire. I just don't like the feeling. I maybe have 2 or 3 max drinks or cocktails or something, but then I'm done. I don't like it. And I never have been drunk. Isn't that crazy?
No.
But I have been, I have eaten myself into a stupor with Haagen-Dazs.
On sherry trifle.
Yes.
Oh, Sherry.
Sherry trifle. I tell you what though, Harriet, which is weird, is that alcohol doesn't like me. That's the difference. I will have a drink and I'll go.
How do you know? What happens?
Because I get a very bad stomach. I feel sick. I feel headachy, but I carry on.
Yeah. I've always said you're a fighter. You will not be beaten.
I will.
It's extraordinary.
Yes. Like on New Year's Eve. On New Year's Eve, I couldn't go out because our roads were solid, snow, ice, solid. So Keely said, "Don't drive in this." So I'm on my own. I thought, okay, well, I'll have a drink. Now this is the saddest person in the world. On her own, New Year's Eve, I opened a bottle of, what was it, pink wine, probably, knowing me. And I had a glass and I thought, oh, I don't like this. I thought, I am going to drink this bottle of wine. And I made myself, I got to the 3rd glass, and I thought, oh, I feel really ill. No, I am going, and I actually got to the end of the bottle and felt so ill. And I thought, Happy New Year.
Oh, no.
I could only manage a glass of red wine. That's all I could manage. I couldn't drink anymore. And then I had 3 mince pies with loads of cream.
I'm proud of you. I am really proud of you. Good girl. On
very,
track.
very
on
good.
track, darling. You have to finish them up, dear. They'll just go off.
Yes.
It's the same with the chocolate. It's the same with the chocolate.
Now that's the point. Does mincemeat go off? Do mince pies go off? I wonder. I think they live forever.
I've never heard of mince pies as a little girl. I don't know if it was growing up in a Jewish family where Christmas wasn't, obviously Christmas, but I'd never even seen a mince pie until I was probably in my sort of late teens, early 20s. And then when I was given one, was really surprised that it was sweet. because I thought it would be a little mince pie.
meat.
Well, was it
That's right.
mincemeat? I think originally, and was it mincemeat? Because it must have been, mustn't it? I don't really know. I don't know much of the history of a mince pie.
What is in a mince pie?
Well, it's the mince. It's the mince. It's a sweet thing called mincemeat, but I don't know if originally it was mincemeat and it was a pie. That's the history we need to find out.
And this, can I just say, this is what we've come to. We are now talking about the contents of mince pies. This is heralding 2021, and our dilemma is what is in a mince pie.
What is in?
So I came up with. I was thinking this morning that I think we should do. I think we should dress up on Fridays again. Do you know? I was looking at my wardrobe, thinking I don't wear anything. I haven't worn any nice clothes for so long because I haven't been anywhere. So should we get dressed up?
Yeah.
What about Fridays again?
Dress up Fridays.
Yeah,
All right,
dress
dress
up
up
Fridays.
Fridays.
That's a really great idea.
Everybody at home, you have to dress up too.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
absolutely
think as
right.
well, I think we should ask our guest who comes on Fridays to dress up as well.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Great
also,
idea.
I think we should ask all our viewers out there to send us photos of them dressed up, and we will share.
Very good idea.
This is really good because I've been talking to a lot of my friends, and me included, and we've been wearing the same outfit for like 3 days in a row.
No,
I mean, absolutely. I'd never do that normally, and especially like with Wonderbirds, you know, we have got a purpose to dress up, and you know, over the holidays, I've reverted back to wearing the same blinking top for 3 days on the trot.
No, you mustn't do that.
I was given a cashmere onesie by Kira.
Whoa. How divine.
Oh, and it's a dangerous piece of clothing. It's
Have you worn it the whole time?
Because you can put it on and you go, oh, I'm not going to get dressed. I'm not going to get dressed ever again.
Yeah, and you can go out in it as well, can't
but
you?
Isn't it funny? All four of us don't have to get into bed with a man.
Yeah.
Now, I know that's a bit of a segue there, but what I'm saying is, so what we don't have to do is think about nighttime and going to bed because there's nobody there. There's only us.
Bear is there.
The dogs are there.
But your boy
yeah, but dogs aren't quite the same, are they? Sorry,
not quite.
Oh, you've noticed. You've noticed that. And the thing about dogs is there are no mood swings, and they always love you. And those are the most important things. And if only we could have that in a human, that would be really good.
That's true. I just wonder. So I don't expect this, and I don't want it. But I just wonder what it would be like to get into bed with a man again. I can't imagine what that's like.
It's also not having the space and things, and having
legs, other people's legs.
Yes, I know.
That's right. Exactly. And snoring as well.
No,
snoring.
Well, I do that.
Well,
I do a bit of snoring. Yeah,
I grind my teeth.
I snore and grind my teeth.
Oh my God, Sherry!
A winning combo.
Share a room with you. Imagine if this is if we ever get to share a room with anybody ever again.
I know.
Yeah,
it's so terrifying.
I have to say though, by the end, I didn't really like it. So I always remember, get that thing out my back. That's his knee. That's his knee. You know, his knee.
Okay, just checking.
And I go, take it away. I don't want anything to do with that other side of it. You know,
his nose. Yeah.
Yes.
No. Well, the thing is that I do. You see that.
Now, Debbie, how is the dating going, darling, for 2021?
The dating isn't well, it doesn't exist because this is what I mean. I think we need smell-o-vision. Okay. Yeah. Because you can't see somebody on Zoom or dating because you know part of the sexual attraction is a smell.
Smelling somebody.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is that called endorphins or is that something completely different? All right.
Or BO. And I've smelt enough people, thank you very much. I don't want smell-o-vision. I'm very grateful not to have it. A lot. You know what it's like if you get on public transport. Sometimes you're like, oh no.
Did you when you went out with men? You know those things. Did any of them ever smell nice?
Yes.
With lots of aftershave. Yes.
There was one aftershave that I particularly hated. Do you remember what it was? It was an old
Brute.
one.
Brute. Which one?
Yeah,
Brute.
that was the one.
Brute.
That's the one. It was absolutely revolting, wasn't it?
See,
Do you remember
I quite
that?
like a bit of Brute. Oh, yes.
Steady.
We're talking about something a bit different there, though, Sherry.
No, I love that.
Me,
it's in a green bottle, isn't it? I know it.
Yeah. It reminds me totally of being about 15 because everybody used to wear it. I don't know if I ever told you this story, but I was dancing. I was once in a nightclub. Well, no, probably, it was like a nightclub that didn't serve alcohol. So you're about 16 in called Pennies in Finchley Road. And I was dancing with this boy, and I said to him, "Oh, your buckle's sticking in me." And he said, "I'm not wearing a belt."
No.
And I came home and told my mother this story, and my mother just laughed for 3 days. She just thought it was hilarious, and I never understood why. Why?
Yes.
I have to tell you, I remember a similar thing in Portugal, because we had this villa in Portugal. We used to go every year. And I was dancing, I probably was about 15. I was dancing with this gorgeous Portuguese boy. And the same thing happened. And he went, automatique.
Well,
automatique. And I still didn't understand that, not for years.
I don't understand it now.
No, me neither.
My mother, this doesn't apply to Harriet or Debbie. When I used to go to the local college dance, she always used to give me what she called Mother's Little Helpers. And they were always like pads that you'd stick down your bra so that you looked as though you'd got a bust. And they always had lots of different coloured Mother's Little Helpers, depending on what top I'd got on.
That's hysterical. That is hysterical.
Now it's chicken fillets, isn't it, or whatever they call them? But they were called Mother's Little Helpers.
I know. I was saying to you, Sherry.
I mean, what's very interesting, though, I must ask you, Harriet, is you were a dancer. When did they start to appear?
They actually started to appear. I was at the Royal Ballet School. I went there at 16 and I was pretty flat chested. And then they began to grow then. And that's why I stopped, really, is my tits got in the way.
At 16?
Because
mine were here when I was 11.
No,
really?
Because I was dancing. Athletes and people, when you're dancing like that or training like that, sometimes people develop later because of all the rigor and exercise and things. Or it's just people, different for everybody. No, it wasn't until I was about 16 that the Lalas arrived.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
In full volume.
Oh, I think I've told you this before, but my mother brought back from New York my first bra, and it was like 2 pieces of elastic because I didn't have anything at all.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
And I was so...
But honestly, to be honest with you girls, I still have to get Dee into wearing a bra. She still doesn't like to wear a bra, and I have to force her into it. Because
no, she shouldn't wear a bra.
No, she should. She definitely should. Because her boobs are not flat anymore.
Is it just a lovely feeling not to? Is that the thing?
Yeah, but the thing is, when I was with Debbie a few months ago, she suddenly started I was wearing a bra. She was hoisting me up with the strap. What do you do? I'm sorry, dear. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to hoist you up. So obviously I have got something there. But she went, no, you can't have them drooping right down to your waist, which I didn't think they were, by the way.
Oh, news flash. But it's extraordinary because often when you go into bra shops like Rigby and Pella, you can be wearing 3 duffel coats, 8 woolly jumpers, and they can, within a second, look through all that and tell you what bra you need because they are so amazing. And often we wear bras, but we don't tighten them the right height, or we don't really know. We just put them on. But actually, it does make a difference to.
And we don't buy the right size, do we?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Absolutely. And then going to a shop like that makes a difference.
Sizing of bras drives me mad. I mean, I've always been a 34C for the whole of my life. I am now a 34G cup, which I was, not any different. It's just the fact that the sizing has changed so much. There weren't G cups when we were growing up. Never G cups.
Double D was the maximum, and now I'm right up the alphabet, dear. I've lost those G's and D's and H's. I'm way up the alphabet, dear.
I remember years ago going into John Lewis, and there was a lady. She must have been, I would say, mid-80s, serving like an old-fashioned, to measure you. And she sold me this amazing. It was like a pink bra and pull-in pants, which I've still got. They cost a fortune, and she'd gone to so much trouble that I felt bad not to buy it. And then as I left, she said, "This is why there are so many divorces, darling, because it's the little secrets that us ladies have." And I thought that was so sweet.
But very, I don't know what she means, but
no, I don't. If only that were the answer.
And I
if only that
days.
was. But anyway, girls, we've come into 2021 now, so let's hope that this world now changes. I think we're going to have a difficult January and February, that's for sure. But I'm hoping that come March, maybe, I don't know, maybe April, we'll see our world return. That's what I'm hoping.
Just a bit of light, absolutely, a bit of light at the end of this dark tunnel.
Did you see Casualty on Saturday?
No.
Oh, please, if you haven't watched it, please, you must watch it, because it's just NHS casualty department, and it's just as if you were sitting in
God.
It's done so brilliantly. I mean, all the actors are masked up, which is really interesting, but it's just what, for the first time, it's almost like watching a hospital, but it's the actors that and the tragedy and the heartbreak that they went through in lockdown. It's going lockdown day 60, lockdown day 80. The more and more people coming in.
Yes.
And it's so brilliantly directed, and it's actually produced, because it is part of our family here. It's produced by Matt McHale, Tony's son.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so the first episode started on Saturday. So watch it. So because they've been off air for 7 months, they were the last show to go back. So this is months and months of them playing around with how to do it, and it was really, really clever. Lockdown day, when it first started, and their first COVID patient, how that was to to being overwhelmed. Very, very, very cleverly done. And then at the end of it, it just says, to all the NHS, it's just brilliant.
How beautiful. So can I change the subject a little bit? Has anyone seen Bridgerton?
No.
Oh, I love it.
But is that the one that's like the Jane Austen type thing? Is that the one?
Well, there's a couple of them, but yes, it is. But it isn't.
Because I was talking to my friend Wendy. Wendy Craig, who's lovely, and she was my mum's best friend. I was talking to her, and she was saying that she was watching it. She said, "You must watch it because it's such a great series." I
watched it in a whole afternoon. I just watched it all. It's funny. It's moving. It's Sally's daughter.
Yeah. Have you seen This Is Us?
No, you keep telling me about it, and I mean to see it. Go on.
It's just about a family and how everything, all the connections in family.
Okay.
Is it funny?
Is it funny? It's sometimes funny. It's sometimes very sad. It's very poignant. But then you think, of all the series that we do over here, it'd be lovely if we had something like that, a show like that. God,
really would.
Whenever that world comes back, I don't know when that will come back.
That's the problem. If we do go into another two, as we go back to this again, I mean, if we do go back into lockdown, when on earth are the theatres going to come back?
We've got to find a solution somehow.
I don't know how. Not with theatre anyway.
Not for a long time.
Not for a long time.
No, that's the.
I mean, Adam Woodyer is doing a tour of a play, and it's advertised now, and it's from April for I think the rest of the year. But I thought yesterday, well, will it? None of us know.
None of us know. None of us know. We're not going to be able to know until, I guess, as we gently move forward, and hopefully with the vaccine, that will make a difference.
Yeah.
Dee, I just want to ask you, how's Honey now she's in her new home, her forever home? How's it going? Was Christmas lovely?
She always hogs the camera. She always wants to. As soon as I sit down to do Wonderbirds, she's on my lap, and she's trying to get her.
Honey, let's see you, honey.
She's so chilled. This dog is so chilled. It's like, honestly,
she must be so happy, darling.
She's the happiest,
so happy with you.
most chilled dog, and I think it's because she's got her forever home, definitely. And she's just wonderful. And also, I think that's another reason that I stayed in the same outfit for 3 days, because I get up really early to take her out for a walk. Like I do a 20-minute walk straight away in the morning. And then you get back and you think, well, I'll be going out again soon, so I might as well keep the same thing on.
Do you ever go out and leave her in the house, Steve?
Well, only very, very quickly to get, you know, do a food shop.
But that's a good training for her.
It is.
Say, I'm going out now, you stay in your bed, I'll come back to do a 20 minutes, you know, do half an hour maybe, so that they know you're coming back, and then they settle then.
Yeah, I think the thing is, as we know, it's really hard. I mean, it was also in the paper this morning about the rescues, that there are now hundreds and hundreds of dogs that are being put into rescue. But the problem that we have, that the rescues, by being so vigilant, are now sparking up this, again, another wave of puppies being born, which is ridiculous, because people can't get rescues. It took Dee, 10 months or something to
get a rescue.
And you didn't get a rescue. You went and you had to get she had to get it from a website which wasn't a rescue website, because she was not allowed to get a rescue.
Although she had been rescued by this person. So two of the other rescues had gone sort of back to the owners, so that was fine. But this rescue promised me this dog and said, look, you know, we will be delivering the dog, and then said, we'll just do a last minute check, because I had a courtyard between my back door and the garden. They said no.
There are little dogs that need to be looked after. Even when you think about, you know, dogs like I got, Springer dogs, which are huge things, but they, you know, guide dogs live in apartments with people, you know, and they take them out for walks. It's not just, you shouldn't have to, it's becoming elitist to you know, rescue somebody. You've got to have all these box ticks. Sorry,
she's drinking. She's drinking again.
Wet
January.
You have to tick all these. Sorry, you have to tick all these boxes. But I think it's gone wrong, and I think there's too many. I mean, Dee was on loads of books, and nobody ever came through to offer her a dog. And now dogs are being stolen all over the place, because they can sell them on these websites and make a fortune out of them. So people have to be so vigilant and so careful. When you know, little Beanie, when she comes out with me, to make sure she's right by my side all the time. So I'm terrified, because where we live, there's posters up all over that dog thieves are about. I mean, how
really?
And they've been holding people up at knife point to steal dogs. Because dogs now are so whereas before, a few years ago, only 3 or 4 years ago, they were £500. They are now between 2,500 and 4,000.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and also unscrupulous breeders who are now breeding puppies, and they're dying because they've never bred them before. And a friend of mine bought a beautiful lab puppy 8 or 9 months ago, and she's paid £3,500 for him. He got the best pedigree apparently you've ever seen, and he's got elbow dysplasia and hip dysplasia, and all the other puppies from that litter are the same. And she spent thousands and thousands of pounds, and he will always have a limp and a bad shoulder, always.
Well,
so who's coming Wednesday,
this year
darling?
Brings a wonderful time for everybody, including the doggies and all of us and everybody out there. I hope 2021 is your best year ever.
Yes,
absolutely. Yes. Who is coming on Wednesday, though? That's the important thing.
Well, Harriet, a friend of yours and a friend of mine. Actually, I don't know if you know him, Sherry, as well, Andy. Ollie Locke from Made in Chelsea. He is absolutely lovely, and I've known him for many years, and he does call me his adopted mummy. I have no idea why, but I absolutely adore him. I'm actually quite upset about that. And he has a little Chihuahua Pomeranian mix called Bear.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. So he will be coming on Wednesday with, of course, Andrew Barton.
Yes.
Who's going to be talking to us about some more hair tips. So we're going to be asking questions. So get the questions ready, girls.
Yeah.
Harriet, you've just been back to him, haven't you?
Just before lockdown. Yes, it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. It was, I literally, the stray greys melted away, because I have the Clairol gene, so I never go grey.
Oh,
but
honestly, Harriet, can you just say that again to the camera? The stray grey has melted away?
Well, the stray greys just melted away.
That's it. This is your audition for a new ad.
Yes.
Oh, well, yes. Make sure I get it. Will you do the deal for me, please, Don?
Yeah, I'll do the deal.
That's a very good deal. Yes. You just give their strap line.
Yeah. Well, no, it's mine. I've already got it. So they can't use it without me.
Listen, guys, we'll see you on Wednesday. We've got lots of guests coming in this year, so it's great to be back, and Happy New Year from all of us.
Happy New Year.
Welcome back. Welcome back. There's no escape.